Tamara here. I'm here to do a review for you today of the Immortal Crown, which is the second installment in the Age of X series by Richelle Mead. And this book was good, you guys. It was really good. Now, let me give a little, preemptive warning for you guys. If you haven't read the first book, which was Game Board of the Gods, let me tell you a little bit what you should not do before you read this book. Basically, if you have read Richelle Mead's Vampire Academy series, or if you've read her Succubus Blues series, what you don't need to do is hold on to those books while reading this. You need to let go of those two series completely, because this series is so different from that. If you're expecting a vampire love story or similar characters to the ones in Succubus Blues, you're going to be disappointed. So, let it go. Let it go. Go into it with an open mind. You'll enjoy the book a lot more. I know I enjoyed it, and once I feel like I was able to release the notions that I had of how she's written in the past, then I was able to embrace this and enjoy it a lot more. So this book picks up, a little bit after the first book. This time around, Justin and May find themselves in Arcadia, which is a really oppressed, they're behind the ball in regards to being evolved. Like, for example, the men are the rulers, the men run things, the women are subservient, they're pretty much a second-class citizen. They are mistreated by the men, they are blamed for the men's infidelity or lust or whatever they want to call it. They are religious people, and we all know that Runa is pretty much against religion. If you read the first book, if not, then Runa is the Republic of North America. So, this is a dystopian book. So obviously we're in the future, we're past how things are now. In this world, religion is sort of frowned upon. And so they go to this place as in a goodwill mission. Lucien leads them there, trying to get brownie points for his career. And while they're there, May realizes that her niece was sold to someone in Arcadia. So we've got two stories going on. We've got Justin's story, where he's trying to help Lucien and figure out what's going on with the god who is in charge of the Arcadians. We have May trying to rescue her niece. And we also have Tessa, who is back in Runa, but she is learning the ropes of Runa. She is growing fast. She is learning a lot. She is transforming quickly. She, is not the naive or green person she was when she first arrived to Runa. She's learning real fast that people aren't always there to help her, and she's got to adjust quickly. So we have those three main things going on. There's a lot of character growth going on with May and Justin as well, so it's not just Tessa. They're in different places than they were in the last book. One of the major things that I liked about their transformation or their growth in this book is I actually believe that Justin and May like each other. I actually believe that they want to be together and that they could possibly care something more for each other than or hate or whatever you want to call it. Because I think that was my main problem in the last book, is that while, we were kind of, this relationship was, or lack of relationship or whatever you want to call it, was kind of fed to us, I didn't really believe in the relationship or the possibility of the relationship. But this time around I do. I feel like Justin and May have grown, and their relationship with each other is more believable, and that is good, because even though there's a lot of things going on, we all know that the baseline of these type of stories is the relationship between the hero and the heroine. And if that's not believable, I mean, the rest is kind of whatever. So that was awesome. That was achieved for me. So my main correction that I wanted to see from the last book to this book was achieved. Also, the subject matter. I kind of gave you a little bit of insight to what Arcadia is about and what the Arcadians act like, but it's a little sensitive. it's fiction, obviously, but you know, it reminds you of things that we hear about in the real world. So if you're really sensitive, just be aware. I mean, there's going to be some mistreatment of women. There's going to be some abuse of women. There's going to be some, you know, the lady soldiers have been reduced to subservient women. You know, they're there to protect them. You know, they are super soldiers with a chip in their body, but they have been reduced to play acting like they are Arcadian women. You know, they bow down to the men. So if you're sensitive to that, just beware, it's in there. Let's see, what else is going on in this book? Oh yes, the gods, obviously. This is what the main theme of this book is, and the series in general. You know, in the last book, Justin spent all his efforts evading Odin, who is the god that he is supposed to be, you know, I guess, in service to. And he's doing that again in this book. He is playing around. He's playing these games, trying to evade putting himself in lifetime service to this god. And now, you know, we know that in the last book, it was revealed that May is also an elect to a god. That's what they call the helpers to the god. So Justin is an elect, May is an elect. But we don't know who May's god is. We find out at the very end, which is pretty interesting, who it is revealed. We don't know if it's a god or a goddess. You have some assumptions, but when you find out who it is, you're going to be like, wow, that's crazy. But, so, you know, he is starting to come into his own with his god. And May, you know, strictly anti-god or goddess before, is starting to accept the help of her god/goddess, because she has a mission, as I mentioned, to save her niece. And she will take any help, and no matter what form that comes in. And she knows nothing is for free. So she has a consequence to the help that she gets in this book. And it's interesting how it all unravels. And I really like how the god/goddess part of this story, even though it's sort of like religion, it's really more like, it's a mix of like religion and Greek mythology. It's an interesting mix of things going on here, and it's pretty fun. And I think anyone can get into it. It's a really easy reading. It's fast paced. The gods help keep things moving along. The fighting between, you know, May trying to save people and get away from people and hide from people, and Justin trying to do what he can do to protect her. It's all pretty comical. So the book is good. Very good. So with that said, I'll give the rating, which I give a 4 out of 5 bookmarks. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. I feel like this is one of those series that will get better and better with each installment. So I am looking forward to the third book. It's not titled right now, but that doesn't even matter. I've already added it to my to be read Goodreads list, and I'll be looking forward to it. So I recommend this book for you guys. You know, if you haven't read this series, you know, I recommend you pick it up. If you have some space in your reading list, this is definitely one to watch. Because, yeah, I feel like although it's different in a good way. With all the vampire stuff right now and all the, you know, typical mythology, this is definitely a different spin on it. So anyway, you guys, let me know what you thought. If you've read the book already, or if you picked it up or plan on reading it, let me know. We'll talk about it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.